Nepal, nestled between India and China, is a landlocked country in the Himalayas. Its unique geography has shaped its history and politics, making it a significant player in South Asia. For centuries, Nepal has shared deep historical, cultural, and religious ties with India, influencing everything from language to festivals. The country's location has also meant it must carefully balance its relationships with its two giant neighbors. Understanding Nepal's journey requires a look at its past, its people, and the challenges it faces as a small nation surrounded by powerful countries. Nepal and India share more than just a border. Their connection runs deep through centuries of shared history, culture, and religion. Hinduism and Buddhism have flourished in both countries, and many families have relatives on both sides of the border. This closeness has fostered open borders and free movement, making the people of Nepal and India feel like extended family. These ties have played a crucial role in shaping Nepal's identity and its foreign policy, especially as it navigates its relationships with both India and China. Centuries, Nepal was a Hindu kingdom ruled by a monarchy. The royal family was seen as the protector of the nation and the faith, with the king regarded as a symbol of unity. This monarchy shaped Nepal's traditions and governance, keeping the country relatively isolated from outside influences. The king's word was law, and the people looked to the palace for leadership and stability. This era laid the foundation for the political changes that would come in the late 20th century. For 1990, Nepal was under the absolute rule of King Mahendra and later King Birendra. The political system, known as the panchayat system, did not allow for democracy or political parties. The king held all power, and citizens had little say in how the country was governed. This partyless system aimed to maintain stability, but also suppressed political freedoms. Over time, dissatisfaction grew among the people, setting the stage for major changes. Panchayat system was a unique form of governance in Nepal. It was designed to keep political parties out and centralize authority under the king. While it aimed to create unity and order, it also limited freedoms and stifled dissent. Many Nepalese began to feel that their voices were not being heard, and calls for change started to grow louder. This system would eventually face strong opposition from both political leaders and ordinary citizens. As the years passed, more and more Nepalese became dissatisfied with the lack of democracy and political freedom. Intellectuals, students, and activists began to organize, demanding greater participation in government. Underground political parties started to form, and the seeds of a pro-democracy movement were sown. The desire for change was spreading, setting the stage for a major turning point in Nepal's history. 1990, Nepal witnessed a massive pro-democracy movement. Political parties, students, and ordinary citizens took to the streets, demanding an end to absolute monarchy and the establishment of democracy. The protests grew in size and intensity, eventually forcing the king to reconsider his position. This movement was a turning point, showing the power of collective action and the people's desire for change. Responding to the people's demands, the king agreed to significant reforms. Nepal adopted a new constitution in 1990, transforming the country into a constitutional monarchy with a multi-party democracy. Political parties were legalized, and citizens gained new rights and freedoms. This shift marked the beginning of a new era, but challenges remained as Nepal adjusted to its new political system. Transition to democracy was not easy. Political parties struggled to work together, and disagreements often led to instability. Many Nepalese hoped for rapid progress, but the new system faced obstacles, including economic difficulties and lingering influence from the monarchy. Despite these challenges, the foundation for a more open and participatory government was laid. 1996, a new challenge emerged. The Communist Party of Nepal, Maoist, launched an armed insurgency, demanding the end of the monarchy, redistribution of land, and the creation of a People's Republic. This marked the beginning of a decade-long civil war that would deeply affect Nepal's society and politics. The conflict drew in people from all walks of life and changed the country's trajectory. Maoists had clear goals: abolish the monarchy, redistribute land to the poor, and establish a People's Republic. Their movement gained support among marginalized communities who felt left out by the existing system. The insurgency brought violence and uncertainty, but it also forced the country to confront deep-rooted social and economic issues. Civil war in Nepal lasted for 10 years, claiming over 13,000 lives and displacing thousands more. Villages were caught in the crossfire, and the country's economy suffered. The conflict left deep scars on Nepalese society, but it also highlighted the urgent need for political and social reforms. The war's impact is still felt today as Nepal continues to heal and rebuild. June 2001, tragedy struck Nepal's royal family. King Birendra, Queen Aishwarya, and several other family members were killed in a shocking palace massacre. The event stunned the nation and led to widespread mourning and confusion. Jainendra, the king's brother, ascended the throne, but the monarchy's image was deeply shaken. The royal massacre left Nepal in a state of uncertainty. Many people questioned the future of the monarchy and the stability of the country. Rumors and conspiracy theories spread, further eroding trust in the royal institution. The new king, Jayendra, faced the enormous task of restoring confidence and guiding Nepal through a turbulent period. 2005, King Jayendra dismissed the government and took direct control of Nepal, citing the ongoing Maoist violence as justification. This move was highly controversial and sparked widespread protests. Many Nepalese saw it as a step backward for democracy, reigniting calls for political reform and an end to the monarchy. The king's direct rule led to massive protests across Nepal. People from all walks of life joined together, demanding the restoration of democracy and an end to royal rule. The streets filled with demonstrators, and the pressure on the monarchy grew stronger by the day. This period marked a critical moment in Nepal's struggle for democracy. 2006, the people's movement, known as Loktantra Andolan, reached its peak. Political parties, civil society, and ordinary citizens united in their demand for change. The movement was powerful and peaceful, ultimately forcing the king to restore democracy. This victory was celebrated across the country and marked the beginning of a new chapter for Nepal. Following the success of the people's movement, Nepal's political parties and the Maoists signed a historic peace agreement. This deal ended the decade-long civil war and paved the way for a new political order. The agreement included commitments to disarmament, integration of Maoist fighters, and the drafting of a new constitution. It was a hopeful moment for the nation. 2008, Nepal made a historic decision to abolish the monarchy. The country declared itself a federal democratic republic, ending centuries of royal rule. This move was celebrated by many as a victory for democracy and the people's will. Nepal now faced the challenge of building a new political system from the ground up. The monarchy gone, Nepal officially became a federal democratic republic in 2008. Ram Baran Yadav was elected as the country's first president. The transition was not without challenges, as political parties struggled to agree on the details of the new system. Still, this was a moment of pride and hope for many Nepalese. After becoming a republic, Nepal faced the complex task of drafting a new constitution. Political parties debated key issues such as federalism, minority rights, and the structure of government. The process was slow and often contentious, reflecting the country's diversity and the challenges of building consensus. Eventually, these efforts would lead to a new constitution. The process of writing the new constitution was marked by disagreements among political parties and ethnic groups. Different communities wanted their voices heard and their rights protected. These debates sometimes led to protests and delays, but they also showed the vibrancy of Nepal's new democracy. The struggle to find common ground was a sign of a maturing political system. 2015, after years of debate and negotiation, Nepal adopted a new constitution. The document established Nepal as a secular, inclusive, and federal republic. It guaranteed rights for minorities and women and set the framework for a more equitable society. The adoption of the constitution was a major milestone, though challenges remained in its implementation. One of the unique features of India-Nepal relations is the open border. People from both countries can travel, live, and work freely across the border. This arrangement has fostered close economic, social, and cultural ties, making the two nations deeply interconnected. The open border is a symbol of trust and friendship, but it also presents challenges in managing security and migration. Nepal and India share deep cultural and religious bonds. Festivals, languages, and traditions cross the border, creating a sense of shared heritage. Pilgrims travel between the two countries to visit sacred sites, and many families have roots in both places. These connections go beyond politics, forming the foundation of a strong and enduring relationship. Trade and economic cooperation are vital aspects of India-Nepal relations. The two countries engage in significant cross-border trade, and India is one of Nepal's largest trading partners. Economic ties have helped drive development in Nepal, but they have also led to occasional disputes over tariffs, transit, and market access. Despite their close ties, India and Nepal have faced border disputes, particularly in areas like Kalapani and Lipulekh. These disagreements have sometimes strained relations, leading to diplomatic tensions and public protests. Both countries have sought to resolve these issues through dialogue, but the disputes remain sensitive topics. In 2015, Nepal faced a trade blockade that severely affected its economy. Many in Nepal blamed India for the blockade, which led to shortages of fuel, medicine, and other essentials. The crisis highlighted the country's dependence on its southern neighbor and fueled calls for greater self-reliance and diversification of trade partners. In recent years, China has increased its influence in Nepal, investing in infrastructure and offering economic assistance. This has added a new dimension to Nepal's foreign policy as the country seeks to balance its relationships with both India and China. The growing presence of China has sometimes caused concern in India, leading to a complex diplomatic landscape. Nepal's journey as a republic has been marked by frequent political instability. Governments have changed often, and coalition politics has made it difficult to maintain consistent policies. Despite these challenges, Nepal's democratic institutions have survived, and the country continues to strive for stability and progress. In recent years, India and Nepal have worked to improve their relationship. High-level visits, new agreements, and joint projects have helped rebuild trust. Both countries recognize the importance of cooperation in areas like trade, security, and development. The focus is now on building a partnership that benefits both nations. Connectivity projects have become a key area of collaboration between India and Nepal. New roads, railways, and energy links are being developed to boost trade and people-to-people contact. These projects aim to bring economic benefits and strengthen the bond between the two countries. Hydropower is a major area of cooperation between India and Nepal. Nepal's rivers have huge potential for generating electricity, and India has invested in several hydropower projects. These initiatives help meet energy needs, create jobs, and promote sustainable development in the region. India and Nepal have continued to engage in dialogue to resolve border issues. Regular meetings and diplomatic talks aim to address disputes peacefully. While progress can be slow, both countries remain committed to finding solutions that respect each other's interests and sovereignty. Nepal is now a multi-party democracy with regular elections and active political participation. While instability remains a challenge, the country's democratic institutions are gradually maturing. Political parties compete for power, and citizens have a greater say in how they are governed. This marks a significant shift from Nepal's past. Nepal is home to a rich tapestry of ethnic and regional groups. This diversity is both a strength and a challenge, as different communities seek recognition and rights. The country's political system must balance these interests to maintain unity and promote inclusion. The new constitution of Nepal guarantees rights for women and promotes their inclusion in politics and society. Women now play a more active role in government, business, and community life. While challenges remain, progress is being made toward gender equality and empowerment. Nepal's youth have been at the forefront of political change. Young people played a key role in the pro-democracy movements and continue to shape the country's future. Their energy and ideas are driving innovation and pushing for reforms in education, employment, and governance. A vibrant media landscape has emerged in Nepal, with newspapers, television, and online platforms providing diverse viewpoints. Freedom of speech is protected by the Constitution, allowing citizens to express their opinions and hold leaders accountable. The media plays a crucial role in strengthening democracy. Civil society organizations have been instrumental in Nepal's political transformation. They advocate for human rights, social justice, and good governance. By mobilizing communities and raising awareness, civil society groups help ensure that the voices of ordinary people are heard in the political process. India has played a significant role in Nepal's political development. From supporting the pro-democracy movement to providing economic aid, India's involvement has shaped Nepal's path. However, this influence is sometimes viewed with suspicion as Nepal seeks to balance its independence with close ties to its neighbor. Nepal's foreign policy is a delicate balancing act between India and China. Both countries offer opportunities and pose challenges. Nepal's leaders must carefully navigate these relationships to protect national interests and promote development. This balancing act is a defining feature of Nepal's modern diplomacy. Nepal's journey from monarchy to democracy offers important lessons for other countries. It shows that change is possible through collective action and dialogue. The process has not been easy, but it demonstrates the resilience of the Nepalese people and the importance of inclusive politics. Despite significant progress, Nepal still faces many challenges. Political instability, economic development, and social inclusion remain ongoing concerns. The country must continue to strengthen its institutions, promote unity, and ensure that all citizens benefit from democracy. Nepal's experience is significant for the entire South Asian region. It highlights the complexities of transitioning from monarchy to democracy and the challenges of managing ethnic and regional diversity. Nepal's story also underscores the importance of balancing diplomacy and democracy in a rapidly changing world.